welcome back to the vlog. It has been a minute, and by a minute I mean it's been like 2 months since the Olympia, which seems nuts. I can't believe that much time has passed. I have been getting ready to start a new series, which I also feel behind on, but I realized I never really had any conclusion to my Olympia series. I didn't include the last few days of peak week heading into the show. I just wasn't at the time mentally to like really express how I was feeling. Like I was still processing everything. So I did just want to like take that time for myself to process it. I feel like I have to an extent. So this episode is just gonna kind of be the lost footage. I'm calling it the lost episode, the phantom episode, whatever. So you will get to see the last couple days leading into the show, maybe some show clips, and then I will include my little recap from Olympia and how everything ended. Oh, that's super cool. Good morning. We have made it to Vegas. Yesterday was eventful. So we were flying on a private plane from Dallas to Vegas, and there was issues with the plane, so we got pushed a couple times. Then we ended up on a smaller plane, so some of the baggage didn't make it on the plane. Our bags came in late, and one of my food bag did not make it. I had grabbed everything for the day, so that was fine. Then we just had to stop by the store to pick up some food. And then also Justin so kindly Instacarted me some food so that I would have everything I needed for today and keep my stress pretty low. The house here is awesome, and we're just kind of getting acclimated. I'm gonna head out here to get a lymphatic drainage massage at 10. And last night I hit my head on the counter, just kerfuffled after the travel day, my food bag missing, just all the things, but it's really pretty small. I just want to keep it a Band-Aid on it so that I can put makeup on it later because I have a photo shoot once I get back from the massage. So anything that could have gone wrong yesterday did, but we're here, we made it, everything's fine. I was like, last night when I went to bed, I was up like 14 pounds from the morning, but 13 of it flushed overnight. So we're still in a good place. We're gonna get this lymphatic drainage massage done. I'm gonna go have a photo shoot. Then we're gonna train with Justin, and then athlete check-ins will be later today. And yeah, today's kind of busy, but just it'll keep me busy and moving around and help my digestion and keep me moving. So that's all I can ask for. And we are in Vegas. There's a pool. There is this little gym back here, and then I will move to the hotel tomorrow once Kenton gets in. Okay, we are one day out from the Olympia. I'm just going on a little 15-minute walk this morning. Yesterday was really busy, but it was good. Like after the chaos of Tuesday, I just needed to, everything got taken care of, everything got sorted out. Everyone was so great and so helpful. Like, I'm so thankful for my team here because everyone just went into problem solving mode. We stopped by Sprouts, we got my food, I got back, I was able to cook everything and eat. And then, even when I hit my forehead, like Leslie was so, like, they were giving me ice and compression, and then also just ordered Band-Aids and Neosporin, and then Justin Instacarted me more food, that I would have everything, Epsom salt, anything that I needed. And then I got some sleep. I was able to flush a lot of the water because my weight had fluctuated quite a bit. I'm not sure if I mentioned that in the last video, but the day of travel, I woke up at like 124, and then I was 137 at night. Oh, it was 123 in the morning, and then 137, and then yesterday I woke up at 124. So yesterday was busy. I got up early, did my check-ins. Justin came by, we chatted, just kind of went through the day. I had the lymphatic drainage massage, which I'll have a little time lapse of here. And it was just really cool. Open everything up, stimulate everything, flush from the travel, from the stress. That was great. I left that. I went back to the house. I ate. I got ready really fast. I went to go shoot with Sean Nelson for like an hour. I'm super excited to see those shots. Also, this isn't as bad as it looks. I'm just keeping it covered up when I sleep so that I don't like bust it open or anything. And then I'm gonna try to let it like dry out today so that makeup will go on it really well tomorrow. And from Sean's, I left and I went to the Dragon's Lair. Justin and I got to work out together, and then we got to pose with Joey, with Christina, but Joey was there too from KJ Center Stage. And like, I just got like so much positive reinforcement, and like, this year's been really hard, and to be at the finish line and just, you know, hear such wonderful things from people in the industry. Like, these aren't, you know, I've met them, and like, they're not just like my friends, like giving me compliments. Like, these are people who know what they're doing, and like, I just feel very proud of the prep that Justin and I had, the year that we've had. So it made me a little bit emotional, but I was like a little bit busy, so like I wasn't like processing it, I guess, at the time. But even just like Justin, you know, he was like, got up and hugged me and just told me how proud he is of me, and like, that's something that I haven't received from a coach in quite a long time. And at least as far as like the diet portion goes, nutrition. Whitney's always really great in telling me when she's proud of me and stuff. But it's just like so nice. Like, you're surrounded by so many people that believe in you, that it just becomes this contagious effect of like, they think I can do this, so like, I should prove them right. Like, I can do this. Like, I should be working towards this. And I think like mentally that just put me in a good place. So we left there, we came back to the house, I changed really quick, I ate, we went to the athlete meeting that took quite a while. I didn't get back here till 9 o'clock at night, which is 11 back in Dallas. And then I ate really fast, and then after that I just decided to soak in the Epsom salt bath, because I was hoping to wash my hair yesterday and that didn't happen. So it's gonna be this morning after I go for this walk. So yeah, so it was a busy day, but it was so good. Got my number. I'm gonna be number 6 tomorrow. And Kenton gets in later this morning. We're gonna go pick him up from the airport, come back to the house for a little bit, and then we'll head to the hotel to check in. And yeah, then once I get to the check-ins, I have my tan at 4:30, and then we will head to the meet and greet. The meet and greet will be 7 to 9, and I'm gonna try to get out of there as soon as I can so that I can just get some sleep, because I have a 4 a.m. hair and makeup appointment. So show day will probably be wake up, I think take some photos for Justin, whatever. He'll be in person maybe after hair and makeup. We'll see what he wants to do. I'm just gonna let him tell me what he wants to do. I'm just guessing. So do the hair and makeup, and then I'll probably chillax for a little bit, just get all my stuff together. And then when I go to get my second coat of tan, I will just hang out there and go from my tan to the expo is my game plan. I think that'll just be easiest. It's what I did last year, so just keeping everything similar will be the best case for me. Check-ins this morning were great. I also was at a new low, 122 pounds this morning. So we are, it's very similar what we're doing today as what we did yesterday, but just a little bit more food, just very slight, a little bit less water. And we're hoping to set a new standard tomorrow. Like, it's crazy to be here and be like, I can do this, because I remember, you know, being at the beginning of prep and being like, after Missy had announced she was moving to figure, I said, I want to set the standard for the division, because I believe, I mean, I'm smaller than Missy, but I'm the closest to her genetic structure, and she had been the standard for several years. So I'm the closest to the genetic structure. I can grow still a little bit more, but like I'm shorter than her, so it's like you don't want to grow as much, you know, with the different heights. But this is like the best condition I've ever been in. And I'm obviously nervous, excited, all the things, but like I just can't wait to get up there tomorrow and show them that like I am the best fitness physique in the world. And I think I have a great package to put on stage tomorrow, and it's gonna fly by, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. Husband gets in today, mom gets in today, Josh and Casey got in last night, so I'll see them sometime today. We are just at the finish line, and it seems nuts. So, thank you. Okay, we are back for the meet and greet. We are winding down for bed. I have a 3:30 wake up, 3:40 wake up, hair, makeup, time to get pretty, cover this little battle wound up, and move on. It was so much fun meeting you guys. You know, it's like my first couple of years, like no one ever came by and said hi. And like last year, like a few more people came. This year was like a little bit more. Still nothing crazy, but it all means so much to me, and I really enjoyed it. We got checked in. I am out now at Resorts World. We've left the Eminent House, and I will be here for the next 3 nights. And tomorrow is show day. This is literally what we've been preparing for all year. Tomorrow morning is prejudging, and I'm so excited. I know I'm at my best, and it's just time to show everyone what I've been working on. So thank you. Just some instructions were to have a shot before bed, so that's what we will be doing. We have some tequila, and I'm going to have this and go to bed. And
please welcome from Plano, Texas, Allison, Kramer.
Let's go! Let's go! Oh yeah! Let's go! Let's go! Yeah!
Okay, ladies, quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. Quarter turn to the right. And face forward. Okay, ladies, thank you very much. Take a step back to either side.
Okay, Olympia 2025 for myself was quite a disappointment, I won't lie. It was a lot to process that day because I had a really high and a really low in the same day, and it was just like very overwhelming to have such a roller coaster of emotions, not just the day of, but then just like processing it afterwards, because you can be really proud of something and also be disappointed at the same time. So I finished 6th at this year's Olympia, so not as good as I was hoping, not as good as last year, but still, compared to my previous Olympia placings, you know, I was 9th, and then I was 12th, and then I was 4th, and then 6th, so I still think it was in the ballpark. So I'm gonna start with prejudging. Prejudging was phenomenal. I've never felt so confident on stage, so sure that like I was at an all-time best. Like, there is still not a single stage shot that I don't love. And that makes me very, very proud. That means I nailed my transitions, my posing was good. Justin and I and Christina from KJ Center Stage, I just feel like we nailed everything as far as my physique, my presentation, the suit from KH Customs. Everything was immaculate. Like, I look back, I would not change a thing. I was top 2, so I was 2nd and Shelly was 1st, but it was a 7-8 decision, which means out of the judges it was split, but there's an odd number of judges, so one more judge had her in 1st than me. I still wouldn't change anything about my physique. I think she has me on size, but I do think I was more conditioned. We have a very, very similar shape. Like, we have, you know, an X-frame shape. I think mine, she's a little more like trap dominant than I am. She's a little older than me too, so I know that plays a little bit of a part in muscle maturity, even though she started kind of getting into this later. So super proud of her, super proud of me to be in that top 2. I was on top of the world. I've never felt like that on stage. Like, I walked into that and I was just like, this is my best and no one can tell me otherwise. And I just was on top of the world. Like, we left prejudging, my phone was blowing up, and I just, after everything I went through this year, like the coaching change, you know, having a lot of doubt of like if I could do this without my previous coach, you know, those seeds were planted. And I know I did that. I gave everything I had to that prep. I think we were in great condition. I think, you know, 32 years old, and to have the 2nd best physique by 1 point in the world for my category, I have a lot of pride in that. And I think as far as the physique round goes, Justin and I still, we're just really scratching the surface. Like, we're not trying to change a lot, but like, that was our 2nd show ever together. We had only been working together for 7.5 months. So like, I feel like we nailed it, and it's just gonna continue to get better. After prejudging, got some food with some friends, hung out, did my thing. The hair for finals took a while, so thank you, shout out to my mom and Casey. They tag teamed my hair and it was great. Now, heading into finals, like, I felt good. Like, this routine, I nailed it so many times. Like, I didn't have any concerns about hitting my routine. I was a little concerned about my running tumbling because it was choreographed later in my routine than I wish I had done it, because that stage, I just remembered it being so hard. So I did that. I warmed up the tumbling during warm-up. I did it. I wasn't worried about it. I was like, this is gonna be fine. I've done this routine. I was like, even if you do the watered down pass, it's fine. Start the routine, and I like fucked up my first like strength move, and I haven't messed it up this whole season. Like, the last 3 months of practicing this routine, I never messed it up. So like, to mess it up on stage sucks, because I think that just set the tone for my routine. I messed up. The only feedback I really got from judges was that like my energy didn't quite recover after that first strength move. I'm not gonna say I disagree with that, but I also think at the same time, I was doing a very different energy routine. It wasn't my normal routine. So I think how it was perceived and what was reality was a little bit different. Like I do think that my energy recovered and that I continued to, you know, finish my routine and execute. But it was a different energy, and that's where it didn't translate the way it was intended. I, in the past, have done very fun, sassy routines. That's when my personality can come out. And the times that I've tried to do more like confident or intense energy routines, it doesn't translate for me. So I won't be doing that. I will be going back to my bread and butter of sassy and fun, because that's what is fun to watch. It's fun for what's, you know, it's what's fun for me to perform. And that's the direction that we're gonna go. I feel confident that sometimes you have to stumble and fall. You have to try different things to see if it works for you. I did try something different. Unfortunately, it wasn't my day. It didn't work for me. But I can't spend any more time being upset about it, because it was a learning experience. I had a really high for the day. I feel like I still have so much to be proud of in that prep. My, you know, not just my physique, but like all of the things that I was able to accomplish in prep, the mentality that I was able to have. Like I didn't really struggle with thinking that I belonged to be there. And I have for several years struggled with that. I think that little bit of imposter syndrome for me comes now more from, I have two worlds that I'm juggling, versus before, when I felt like I was having the imposter syndrome, it was just like I was new. I was like, did I get lucky? Am I supposed to be here? That kind of feeling. And now I think I get it more because I work a full-time job in finance. I am the chief operations officer, chief compliance officer for an RIA firm. And then I also am like top 6 in the world at my hobby. And so for me, I think sometimes that imposter syndrome comes from the tug and pull of my two worlds. Like I get pulled into this world and I'm like, I'm not all in it. And then same thing happens and it's just like this back and forth. And I love both things. I never want to leave my job for fitness. It's not, I don't think I would be as fulfilled. So I would rather struggle with a little bit of this tug and pull than go all in on one thing and still have something else that I'm passionate about and not really fully pursuing. Competing in bodybuilding is not a long-term, there's not longevity to it for a lot of reasons. It's not healthy for the last, 12 or 8 weeks that you're in prep. There's healthier ways to do it, paying attention to your blood work, making sure that you're, not on excessively low calories or excessively high cardio. There's so many ways to be doing this healthier. And I do think that I am doing it in a very healthy way. But I'm 32 years old. I've been flipping around since I was 10 years old. I know I'm putting myself more and more at risk for injuries and that kind of stuff. So I don't have any timeline for when I'm going to be done, but I know I've been doing it for longer than I'll be continuing to do it. So my first show was in 2016. So we will be coming up this year on 10 years of competing in bodybuilding, which is nuts. So for me, I think I would still like to compete when I move on from fitness, but maybe I'll just do some figure shows, master figure, dabble in that water, maybe not every year, maybe every other year, maybe just once a year. I don't know what that looks like for me. There's also, I'm still, eventually if I want to have a kid, I know I'm going to have to take some time off anyway. So lots of things to consider as far as the future goes. I will be competing pretty heavily, I believe, in 2026. And that's, this is going to be the close to the Olympia. And I'm sorry it took me so long to just process all of the feelings, but there's so many exciting things coming up. We are in prep for the Arnold, so we'll be starting a new series. We are going to be doing Arnold USA March 6th, and then 3 weeks later is Arnold UK, so I will be going to England. That is super exciting. It was a last minute decision, but they only do Arnold UK every 2 years, and you know, in 2 years, who knows what's going to be going on in my life. So right now the opportunity is there. I've always wanted to do an international show as a bucket list, so I think now is the time. So right now I'm headed to work on my routine, doing my choreography. I'm going to be doing it mostly myself with help from Whitney and some friends, just to piece everything together. But it was important to me to take a little bit more ownership going into the Arnold. I want to do something that's really me, and then just getting those other sets of eyes to really elevate it as a performance is what my goal is. So again, thank you for following along the prep series for the Olympia. I am so sorry I was in my feels and it took me so long to download all my thoughts. We will be getting back on track and starting an Arnold series through Arnold USA, Arnold UK, and then we will decide what is next for the 2026 season. See you later.